Diane in Denmark here, hooray! It's the start of a new week, which means we get to start a new zone in Flylady. Now it's Monday and I'm thinking this week that I'm going to do a week of how I do my Flylady daily focus. You know, on Monday, weekly home blessing hour, maybe you split it up over the week. I do mine in one go. Tuesday, plan and play, you know, doing menus and stuff. Wednesday, anti-procrastination day. Now, I've already done, you know, videos on the daily focus, but I thought this week, let's just go for a whole week and you can see how I fit it into our life here. Now, and as I said, I do my weekly home blessing hour on a Monday, and my weekly home blessing hour doesn't take an hour because, as always, adapt. You know, the Flylady system is just a kind of blueprint, and then you adapt it to fit your home and your family. I was talking about that last week when we had our wee chat, that don't focus so much on what I'm doing, but maybe look at what I'm doing and say, oh, okay, so that might give me an idea to do something differently, you know, in your house. So I'll tell you, let me just put my pom-poms down, we'll get to those at the end. I've got my wee cleaning caddy, and I thought we're starting a new zone this week, which is week 5, number 5, which is the living room, and that fits in really well because I thought most of the weekly home blessing hour, at least for me, is centered on the living room and the entryway and a bit of the kitchen. Remember, the weekly home blessing hour, we're not cleaning the whole house from top to bottom, or we're not getting right into the corners. That's the zone work. Don't confuse the two. Weekly home blessing hour, emphasis on hour, is a short weekly clean which just kind of keeps things ticking over, so that you're not kind of spending hours cleaning things all the time. What we're doing is we're just maintaining, doing a little bit on each task, and we're doing several different tasks, that we're not spending like an hour doing the dusting. You don't need to spend an hour doing the dusting. It doesn't take that long to do dusting. Right, anyway, I was just going to explain to you this, the weekly home blessing hour, according to Flylady, is you would do your vacuum for 10 minutes, and actually today I'm going to film so that you can see how I do my vacuuming. Shine, you know, windows and mirrors for 10 minutes. I always do that in the zone, so that's why I've decided to do this video today, because we are in the living room. Dusting, obvious. Take out the rubbish. For me, we take out our, you know, kitchen rubbish and our recycling on a daily basis, you know, and as necessary. And then once a week, I have my little triggers. We have our rubbish picked up on Thursdays, and then our recycling's picked up on Fridays. So that's a little trigger for us. On Wednesday night, I say to the kids, oh, remember to empty your bins, and we look at the one in the bathroom upstairs, things like that, and the one downstairs in the basement. So I don't need to do rubbish recycling as part of my weekly home blessing hour. Mop, obviously, yeah, I mop the kitchen and I mop the hall and our wee bathroom out there. You'll see that, me doing that in a minute as well. And the other thing is change sheets. I change sheets on a Sunday. I just like doing that, and you know what? It's not a chore for me because it's doing something nice for myself. Because when I change sheets on a Sunday night, it's really nice to get into a freshly made bed, and you know, or try and get to bed early and read a book or something. So it's not a task as such. It's something to look forward to. And as I said on Instagram the other day, often I think of these things as being like having my own personal Jeeves. Like when I do my evening routine, when I set up, you know, the breakfast table and the coffee machine for tomorrow morning, it's like when I wake up, it's like having my own personal Jeeves in the house, that, oh, here you go, ma'am, everything is ready. So it helps often for the mindset just to change it up in your head. I never call a spade, never do that. I always address things up. And the last thing on the Flylady's list of tasks for weekly home blessing hour is magazines, newspapers, you know, any kind of papers that can be lying around. It can also be books, catalogues, stuff like that. I don't spend 10 minutes on a Monday during my weekly home blessing hour, because again, when the when I empty the post box, if there's any kind of junk in there, it goes straight in our paper recycling bin outside. Anything, like a bill that needs to be paid, that goes into my office, and often I'll just do it there and then on the spot. And if it's something like a magazine that I want to, I don't even have magazine subscriptions, but if it's something like, like a local newspaper, that goes into my pamper basket, which is over there, it's like my favourite reading chair. And I look at those, when I'm having a break during the week, or usually Sunday night, I'll be sitting there watching the telly and going through my basket. So what you're going to see me doing right now is I will be doing dusting. Now I've got my wee list here because I take it off once I've done. I've already, sheets are done, and the rubbish and recycling is being done on a daily basis, as is like magazines and newspapers, stuff like that. So I'm going to be doing vacuuming. I'm going to be doing the windows in here with my skoosh skoosh. Did I say dusting? And mopping. And I've got a new mop on a stick, a skoosh skoosh thing on a stick. So isn't it funny how we just get excited about the silliest things? I was saying to Vibeke the other day, I've got a package arriving. It's this mop on a stick and it goes skoosh skoosh. So anyway, let's let me turn you around. I've just got to check because my DS18 was starting at high school late today, and I never film the family, and I just want to make sure that he is out the way and give him some privacy. So, but anyway, I'll turn you around and get ready to start. And just one other thing, that I have mentioned before, the clothes that I'm wearing, when I get dressed for the day, that's what I clean in. I'm not using anything toxic. I'm not using bleach. Everything I use is just like a Flylady cloth, a damp cloth. And if I use a bit of product, it's biodegradable, good for the environment, good for your health, hasn't been tested on an animal and stuff like that. So if, I'm not worried about my clothes, and this is a new top that was courtesy of Vibeke, one of her cast-offs. The only thing I do is I take off my necklace because I always get caught in the vacuum. So I'll do that and I'll get started, and if you want to work along with me, that's great. I film in real time, there's no kind of editing done, no filters. So anyway, let me turn you around and let's get started. Okay, plugged in, ready to go. I'm doing 5 minutes hoovering here and in the kitchen and the wee bathroom, then we'll move into the living room. Okay, and one back. And we'll just go through to the living room. I've still actually got a minute. Right, I'm plugged in here in the living room. Hold on, just take off my, beginning to heat up now. So I've vacuumed, given a quick vacuum to the kitchen and hall and the wee bathroom, and I'm doing the living room. And remember, we're not getting right into the corners around your furniture. We're just doing the main traffic areas. There we go. For my hoovering or vacuuming. I always say hoover because that's what we call it in Scotland. It was the first one of the first brands of vacuum. Right, that's that done. Remember, you don't you don't need to do like right behind the furniture and stuff. That's part of detail cleaning when we're in the zone. So anyway, let me put this away immediately. And my next task is dusting. So let me get out my little Flylady cloth. Actually, I use my wee mitt. Alright, just remove everything from the table. And my necklace. So I'll put that over here so I don't forget about it. Things back on the table. That goes over here. And then remember, we're not doing a detailed dust here, just the main kind of tables that you use, anything that kind of jumps out at you. So I'm just doing the ones, you know, where we have, you know, put our drinks. Okay, and listen, I didn't even set my timer, but I know I can dust this place in about 2 or 3 minutes. Oh. Right, quick dust. Moment. Okay, that's basically me done with dusting in here. I'm just going to spend a minute out in the hall doing a bit of dusting there. I'll tell you what, you can come with me. Come along this way, come on this way. Here we are, back in the hall. Right, as I said, I've just got the same dusting mitt, and no product required. There. Then over here. Right, dusting done. Okay, back in the living room. And what I am going to do next are the windows. Now, as I've, oh, hold on, we've got an awful, yeah, we've got so much sunshine today. Let me see, turn around that way, there we are, that's better. As I've said to you before, many times, I do the windows when I am in the zone. Hold on, that's going to go in the wash. And, let me see, this one, there's glass. I'm not taking out, you know, the bucket of soapy water. I just use a quick skoosh, Flylady cloth, a couple of minutes and we're done. So again, I'm not going to set the timer for this because I know it takes me less than 10 minutes. If you're just starting with doing weekly home blessing, you know, go ahead and set your timer for a full 10 minutes. But if you're being consistent with your weekly home blessing, it doesn't even take 10 minutes. Anyway, I'm going to start over there. So let me just turn you around. It may be a bit bright, but hey ho, let's celebrate this nice weather. Let me just close the door here. Yay! Because it sounds like my son has had his breakfast and he's emptying the dishwasher. Woohoo! And setting the table for dinner tonight. Right. 1 and 2. Right. Skoosh. It's, you know what, It is a beautiful morning here, bright sunshine, but it's -5 Celsius, which is 27 F. It is freezing there, but beautiful, beautiful day. Right, my tiptoes. Okay, that's one window done. Two windows done. Three windows done, one more. Yay, 4 windows done. I'll leave that one open for a wee bit. And then I'll go over and do the door out to the balcony. That will also only take a minute. Skoosh, 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 skoosh. Let's turn my cloth over. Okay, and the only other things that I need to wipe down in here, I'll just turn my cloth over. I'll do the front of the television. There we are, that's done. And the last thing I will do is we've got a mirror in the hall, so let me do that. Out we go again. Hope you're not getting seasick with all this travelling about. But as I said, this is how I do my weekly home blessing. Hold on, I'll just close the door to the kitchen. Because you can hear my DS18 unloading the dishwasher. Okay, quick squish squish here. Let's do the mirror here. That's that one done. I'll just do the top. Okay, and the little porthole on the front door. You know that one there. I'm just going outside. Hello. Right. Okay, let's go back in the living room and I shall tell you. Okay, now I'm going backwards. I'm not going to fall over. Okay, then I have another cloth which is going to go into the wash. And the last thing I wanted to tell you that I'm going to do was the mopping. So let me just check and see if my son has finished, because of course I said before, I don't show you the family. So let me just stop it and I'll mop once he's gone from the kitchen. Okay, coast is clear. I got myself a new mop the other day. Now, it's really good fun. I don't think it'd be great for doing like the whole house. I still have my Flylady one, which I keep in the basement. But this is turning out to be really useful on a daily basis. And you know what? It's one of those fun things to use, which means that, you know, you use it. And basically it's just a bottle of, you know, you can put in your own mix of like vinegar and water and a wee drop of cleaning product, whatever you use, and it goes into here, and then it actually says skoosh skoosh. It's got a wee handle. Well, I'll do it up here so you can hear it and see it. Can you hear that? So basically it just sprays out a wee bit of water, and on the bottom you've got some of these pads, you know, microfiber ones, which just go in the wash. Now, I am not putting in an affiliate link, you know, I hate stuff like that. And as I said, I'm going to stick to my usual lot, but this is a great one on a day-to-day basis, because if, you know, when I'm cooking, at the end of the day, I can take out my wee dustpan and brush from IKEA, and you can just give a quick sweep. And then if you've got any kind of spills, I can do a skoosh, and that's what I liked about it. You know, it's just one of these silly things. So anyway, today I'm going to mop using my little skoosh mop, but normally I use, you know, my bucket of water from downstairs. Anyway, I'll go backwards as usual. And I don't think this would be great for heavy duty mopping, but again, if you're doing your weekly home blessing on a consistent basis, this is a great little thing. And I really like the fact that you can leave the water thing in it, so it's all ready to go. And also it doesn't take up much space, so I keep it between the fridge and the door into the kitchen, along with my little dustpan and mop, so it doesn't take up any space. Right, so let me just move you and we'll go into the, let me do the, because I mop in the kitchen, the little bathroom here and the hall. Right, little bathroom. That's that down. And as you're hardly using any water, it's dry almost instantly. Yay. Okay. Coming this way. Right, and I think that is basically me done. Right, mopping done. And all you do with this is take off the wee pad on the bottom. And that just goes in the wash. Right. Okay, let me just put my jacket back on and give you a wee chat, and then we'll be done. Right, so basically that's how I do my weekly home blessing hour, and you saw it wasn't even an hour. That's what I do on Mondays. Remember, you can split up the tasks and do 5 or 10 minutes, you know, do one task every day of the week. This suits me, and all I have is a couple of things for the wash. The only thing I used from my caddy was the glass cleaner for the windows and a wee bit of pledge for the table, but otherwise, you know, I didn't need anything special. And I hope you noticed that today I wasn't detail cleaning this room. I wasn't doing the cobwebs and things like that, because that's something that we do when we're detail cleaning. Remember, weekly home blessing is just the basics, really the basics. I wasn't cleaning the bathroom because we do a swish and swipe every day, so it doesn't need, that's not part of the weekly home blessing hour. Anyway, I hope I gave you a few ideas of how to, you know, use the system to your advantage, and don't overcomplicate things and think that you have to spend an hour on dusting and an hour on vacuuming, you know, the whole house. It's weekly home blessing hour, you know, it's in the title. It's not meant to take more than an hour. The main thing is that we switch from task to task, so we get a bit of everything done. So we're just keeping things ticking over. Anyway, I'm going to put this away. I'm going to wash my hands, put my stuff away, put the things in the wash, my cleaning cloths. And as I said, the rest of this week, I'll be showing you, like tomorrow I'll be planning my menus, and Wednesday anti-procrastination day. So anyway, I hope you have a great day. Remember to keep on with our 1 item a day challenge. fantastic comments on that, and I can see you posting on Instagram, and we now have the French ladies from the Facebook group, you know, probably francophone, and it's just great to see. I've already had tons of feedback on that. By just doing one item, you feel like, you know, well, I can do one item, you know, I can't do a lot, but I can do at least do one. And then once we throw away one item during the day, we say, oh, actually, you know what, I'm not using this nail varnish, kitchen implement, and you can let go of more. So keep going with that and keep posting. Anyway, I shall see you on Instagram. That's it for me. Long live and prosper. May the hygge be with you, and see you very soon.